Now, Jerry Dunphy, Pat Harvey, weather with Carl Bell, and Alan Massengale Sports. This is Prime 9 News at 10.
Think you were hot today? Imagine running a race through Death Valley, where temperatures this time of year are known to approach 130 degrees. Some courageous, or some might say crazy, runners took part in the annual Badwater Ultramarathon. Our Dave Bryan was there to witness what may be the toughest race in the world.
They ran through a scorching desert so hot it burned the soles of their feet.
My brother is doing pretty good.
They ran through the wilderness in the pitch black night with only the illumination of their flashlights. And they ran more than halfway to the top of the tallest mountain peak in the lower 48 states. The race is called Badwater, and even in the age of extreme sports, eco-challenges, and ultra-marathons, Badwater is the baddest of the bad. It's a punishing 135-mile road race that could have been devised by the Marquis de Sade, blasting through the hottest place in the United States on one of the hottest days of the year, with temperatures as high as 127 degrees. This year's winner, 32-year-old Gabriel Flores, an L.A. tire dealer from Rancho Palos Verdes, says he wanted to quit when the temperature hit 118 and the pain from foot blisters shot up his leg.
I think I was running in hell. The hot wind and the hot pavement that really killed the sole of your foot. Every step you had to deal with that for 100 miles.
It felt like what? You were walking?
It felt like you was walking on fire.
The race began in Badwater and wound through Death Valley at 282 feet below sea level. Then runners cross over the 5,000-foot Panamint Mountains into the searing Owens Valley, skirting Owens Lake, then on to Lone Pine, finally climbing to the trailhead at Mount Whitney at an elevation of more than 8,300 feet. Incredibly, Flores was still running this morning, a full day after the race began more than 100 miles ago under the blazing desert sun.
Whenever you get a chance, you pass it last night. You should run.
A triumph of mind over body, according to his crew chief, Dr. Shiv Shankar, a Canoga Park dentist who closed his office this week to help push his friend as he neared the finish.
He started at 6 a.m. yesterday, Thursday morning, and today is Friday. It's 8 o'clock, so it's about 26 hours, and he's been going continuously.
No sleep?
No sleep at all, 26 hours.
The Badwater is like 5 marathons run back-to-back in the most severe conditions on Earth. Even in the extreme world of ultramarathoners, Badwater has a special status.
It's definitely something that makes you stand out. You did Badwater, or, he did Badwater. He's done Badwater 4 times, or...
It's like a badge of endurance and courage.
It's definitely an honor thing.
This year, there were only 29 starters. By this morning, 3 had dropped out. The winner says he was talked into entering by his friend Carlos Banderas, who finished second today after his crew van overheated and burst into flames as it climbed toward the finish line.
Oh, God.
Linda R. Smith, a massage therapist and sports trainer from New Jersey, was doing Badwater for the 3rd time. But after running 45 miles through the desert and covering the first 110 miles in 28 hours, her feet were so bruised she could hardly walk.
Now my mission is just to get to the end. My feet hurt so bad that it's very difficult to run. So I'm just going to do what I can do.
There are no aid stations on this ultramarathon, so each racer has a crew that takes care of them, including rubbing down sore legs and feet.
Up front, the first aid box in the front seat.
At midday, Linda was in 4th place. A few miles behind was her friend Julie Teeger, a gift shop owner from Park City, Utah, and single mother of 4 children, running this race for the first time.
Well, it's a wonderful feeling when you finish something like this.
And then there's the king of Badwater, 47-year-old Marshall Ulrich, who's only missed it once since 1990, won it 3 times, held 2 course records, and keeps coming back for more.
Originally, it was to just find out what I was all about, what I was made out of, see if I could do something nobody else could do.
Ulrich led through much of this year's race, but the quick pace wore him down, and he was reduced to walking most of the final 50 miles after suffering severe leg cramps, allowing Gabriel Flores, who ran through the night, to pass him and pull off to a commanding lead.
The racers must cope not only with blast furnace heat, but also harsh and unforgiving desert conditions, pushing them to brutal physical exertion over long hours in the desert and mountains without sleep. All in all, it takes a toll not only on their bodies, but on their minds as well.
Last year in the desert oven, Linda Smith had visions of goats flying overhead.
Wow.
Today, she could feel the hallucinations coming on.
Any good visions or hallucinations?
They're coming. I had a few, but they're coming because I'm really spacing right now.
But that's why they call it Badwater. Or in the words of today's winner,
I don't call it bad water, I call it terrible water.
If it were any tougher, it would probably be illegal. In Death Valley, I'm Dave Bryan, Prime 9 News.
Wow. Well, the winner of today's race, Gabriel Flores, finished in 28 hours and 9 minutes, setting a new record. He sliced an hour off the previous record time. The race is sponsored by High Tech Sports USA, an athletic shoe manufacturing company based in Modesto.